Okay, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Okay, I was supposed to do the Jim Willie video today, Mr. Golden Jackass, but and it's about the China yuan, the Chinese yuan renminbi. On April 19th is supposed to have some type of gold fixing or something like that nature. I'm gonna try to do that video tomorrow. Okay, so today I just put out the breaking news here for the national reforms with cabin reshuffle signed. So if you guys want to check that video out, it's on the main channel, Currency 365. Okay, so this today we're going to talk about Obama and the Fed chair Janet Yellen discuss outlook on economy. So we know that today there was an emergency Fed meeting today. I don't know what took place in it, but Obama joined them and basically joined Yellen to talk about the outlook of the economy, which is definitely not a good outlook, right? And they're trying to do anything and everything possible to try to keep the it afloat. Okay, they're trying to basically keep ordinary people from seeing that there is no recovery. Okay, and they're trying to figure out strategies to keep that going as long as they can before they have to pull the ropes and we see the actual what America's economy actually looks like. And when they do that, it will be worse than the Great Depression and the last recession we had combined. Okay, so we know that. And another thing is we got a hint of it when Janet Yellen in December raised interest rates just by a teeny bitty witty, and it almost collapsed the what do you call it, the Wall Street in January. Okay, and so that's why she had to come out and say, okay, hold up, we're not going to raise interest rates for the next two times. Okay, we were supposed to do it two more times coming up here in the next 6 months. We're not going to do that. We might raise it in September, and that helped the markets recover. Okay, so that's how bad our economy is when you raise rates 0.001, not even a hundredth of a tenth of a percent, and the whole economy, the whole stock market was crashing. Okay, we had the worst two first weeks of the year ever. Okay, and that's because of that 0.001 interest rates raised by Janet Yellen in December. Okay, that's how bad the economy is. And people were able to see that, and they started to rush into gold and silver. So they have to try to keep this illusion going as long as they can until China is ready to take over as the world reserve currency, or they put it as the SDR, the New World Order currency. Okay, so either the SDRs is going to be the world reserve currency, and even if the SDRs aren't, they're still going to be doing trade. Everything will be settled in SDRs anyways, right? In the New World Order. So most likely they're going to have Chinese yuan as the world reserve currency once this all takes place, and then the SDRs everything will be settled in SDRs. Okay, and that should crash the dollar. Yeah, so let's take a look at here. It says Obama Fed Chair Yellen discuss outlook for economy with the U.S. economy improving. What a joke. Who write ABC? Never mind. Okay, so it's coming from ABC, which are in, these elite people are in on this illusion, so they can keep the normal hardworking people blinded, and that's why we're here to keep people straight and keep people informed on what's really going on, and not people that are sold their souls to the devil to destroy hardworking Americans, and also destroy people that don't know anything. Okay, so it's pretty sad that this has to happen, but it is what it is. This is what they want to do. They want to keep this illusion going, and they want to continue to say that the U.S. economy is improving, but yet they can't even raise interest rates. You can't raise interest rates even a hundredth of a penny of a percent, and you're talking about there's an improving economy in America. Unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. Interest rates they've raised interest rates once in 8 years, but yet there's a recovery. Okay, give me a break. So it says with the U.S. economy improving, Barack Hussein Obama and the Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen discussed the outlook of near and long-term economic growth during a Monday afternoon meeting in the Oval the White House, man. Okay. Obama and Yellen also talked about the state of the labor market, inequality, and potential risk to the economy, both in the U.S. and globally. They also reviewed steps taken during Obama's administration to strengthen the financial system and protect consumers, the White House said in a private meeting. Okay. There was something I was about to say here. Let me see. Where was it? It says improve. Okay, I already talked about that. Inequality says you talked about the state of labor markets inequality. No, that's not what I wanted to talk about. U.S. and globally, the strength of the financial. Okay, never mind. I had something on my mind and I can't think about what I was about to say. But anyways, it says that the White House spokesman Josh Earnest said both Obama and Yellen are focused on ways to expand economic opportunities for the U.S. middle class. You know what? You know what's funny? Well, which is pretty not funny. It's really sad. Obama's main campaign when he back in 2007 was to strengthen the middle class. 8 years later, he has destroyed the same class he said he was going to strengthen. Remember, that was his main goal, was change. His change was his main goal, and that was for the middle class, to strengthen the middle class and stop the wealthy from having all these tax breaks and not paying taxes at all. 8 years later, or 7.5 years later, the middle class is destroyed, and the wealthy still don't pay taxes, and some of them only pay 10%. Unbelievable. But that's what he ran on, and that's what a lot of you guys, people voted on this for Obama because he was going to make the middle class strong, and yet he's made the middle class weak. Okay, and there's more people on government aid than in the history of America. Now that's crazy. Okay, so we know that Obama's 8 years has been a complete failure, and especially his foreign policies have been an absolute horrific joke. And Obama even admitted yesterday that he failed in Yemen. He regrets Yemen's decisions. I mean, you could. I mean, just Yemen. You could look at Iraq. You could look at the terrible nuclear deal you did with Iran. You can look at Oman. I mean, not Oman, but Syria. I mean, my goodness, look what's going on in Bahrain with the protesting for months and months. I mean, look all around. Look at the relationship we have with Russia now. Look at the relationship we have with lots of countries now. Okay, I mean, it's just awful, awful foreign policy, man. One of the worst foreign policy presidents I've ever seen in my life. Oh, God, man, unbelievable. But yeah, he can dance. A little bit. He can't do the tango because that was horrible. But he can dance. He can play basketball. And he can wear a suit, and he can speak well. And people, if you can do those things, you're popular. You know what I mean? And people don't care that your foreign policy is messed up, and that you signed all these crazy executive orders that are going to do a lot of damage to us in the future. Yeah, I mean that doesn't. People look. People say, okay, that's cool, but he can dance. He can play some basketball. Oh boy. What's good? What's a basketball worth to you? If you're in one of those new Walmart concentration camps. Oh boy, and some of you guys are like, man, they have closed down a lot of Walmarts lately. Yeah, Walmart is a profitable business, right? They don't need to close these stores down that they're closing. Every all their own all the people that own Walmart are billionaires in the 30 billion, 40 billion, 25 billion, and Walmart is profitable, but yet they're closing down they're not closing down the small Walmart store. They're closing down the big, massive Walmart stores, and they're all next to train tracks, and they're all next to either like state borders or places off in the cut, right? If you go to like North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, they're all shutting them down, and you got the military in there as well, protecting those buildings because they're turning them into they're going to be turning in those buildings into concentration camps. Pretty sad, but what's going to happen is they're going to start off with the refugees, right? So we're going to get thousands of refugees, which we're already doing. They're doing right now, right? But they're going to be sending those refugees to the Walmart. So it's going to start with the refugees, and then from there, they're going to then collapse the dollar. And once they collapse the dollar, then everybody else is going to be like, where should I turn to eat? And the government's not gonna be helping you, so you're gonna have to go to these Walmarts, which are now gonna be called concentration camps. You're gonna have to go to those to get things to eat, okay? And once you step in there, they're gonna use their security to not let you out. Okay, so that's going to be a trap. That's another way. And then also we're gonna get invaded by Russia and China. So that's another way that you're gonna be in concentration camps as well in the future. Okay, so this stuff is coming. We already know about it. We already prayed about it. We already seen about it. We already prophesied about this stuff. So we know it's coming, and these people are putting it into place as they're going to start taking away cash from society. We already see it in Europe now, and we already see Israel already came out and said that they're going to be having a cashless society in the next 5 years. Switzerland is also doing this. Sweden is moving toward cashless society in the next 2 years. Even Europe is in London are removing the fifth. I think it's the $500 euro, the $100 euro, the $50 euro. I mean, they're removing the dollars off the street, the euros off the streets. America's going to do the same thing. We're going to do negative interest rates. We're going to start removing the $100 bill off the streets and all the other bills off the streets because everybody's going cashless society. And once we start seeing that in America, we know what's up. Okay, so we know we need to get into gold. We know we need to get into silver and precious metals, and we need to make sure that we are ready to go. Make sure our families are good. Make sure if you haven't contacted your family members and friends, that once you start to see them start removing the dollar from the streets or punishing people for using cash, then we're getting very close to a cashless society, and that's what everybody wants to go to. Well, not everybody. Normal human beings want to use cash, but the elites want us to be in cashless societies. That way, they can force negative interest rates in the banks and steal your money. Okay. This is why I set up BidGold. I'm a partner in BidGold, so you guys can put your money in gold and also redeem silver and gold for end times. Okay, so we are in the end times, and this is what it is. Okay, don't be nervous, don't be scared. We're here to help and prepare for what's coming in the future. So anyways, Obama did talk to Janet Yellen today on the outlook of the economy, and right as they talked about this, Iraq did breaking news on their national reforms and their cabinet reshuffle. So kind of interesting, right? This took place the same time Iraq did their thing. So, maybe the day Iraq revalues is going to be the day that Obama's in another important meeting with maybe Joe Biden or other people at the same time Iraq is revaluing. That would be interesting. Okay, because it seems like every time Iraq does some breaking news, there's breaking news happening in America at the same time. Okay, and even there, Biden called a body today as well to talk about the reforms and the signing of the documents, and that the liberation of his country will be in the next few days. So we know that by the end of April we should see the liberation of Mosul and the whole Nineveh province, and Iraq will be fully liberated from ISIS and Daesh. Okay, so that's it for me. Currency 365, powered by Eyes Open Media. Be safe and pray, and that's it. Eyes Open.